Hello my friends, it is diys-by-dar, and today I am going to show you how to put together a beach rock Zen pendant. I live very close to Lake Michigan, about 5-6 miles away, so I spend a lot of time on the beach. So I collect glass and little beach pebbles, and how you need to drill through the rocks is what I use is a diamond coated twist drill. This is a 1.8 millimeter, and I just use it in my Dremel tool set up on a stand, and I will show you how to do that here in a moment. And I did get these twist drills from a company called Rio Grande, but you can get them from a lot of different places. It's just a diamond coated twist drills, and this is a 1.8 millimeter, and I have gone ahead and I've drilled a hole through the center of each one of these rocks. And when you drill that, you do want to do that underwater to keep the rock cool, keep the drill bit cool. If you're doing beach glass, it's a must because your glass will crack. So I've determined that 2 1 millimeter cords will go through each stone with that 1.8 millimeter drill, and I'm going to go ahead and put 2 cords through each one, and we will go from there. Okay, I am going to try to drill a hole through this small Michigan beach rock, and I'm going to use my Dremel tool. Anytime that you're going to drill a hole in a rock or beach glass, you do want to do it underwater because that will cool the rock and hopefully not shatter on you. I have more problems with glass shattering than I do rocks. So we're going to go ahead and get this lined up and just take a little run down the middle. And what I have is a diamond twist drill. So let's give it a try. You want to use light pressure. You can even pull up and let it cool down for a little bit. And go back down again, light pressure. Okay, I can feel that I've gone through. So hopefully the rock stayed intact and it didn't shatter. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And this little device that I have here actually came with another piece of equipment called the Jool Tool, and it's basically for holding pearls, like a little vise. So I'm not exactly sure where. You can probably just look up pearl vise on the internet, and I'm sure you probably can find one, but it's very helpful to hold things in place when you're trying to drill them. So let's go back and put this together. This is the cord that I really like. I've already kind of torched the ends so they're a little bit stiffer. This is the synthetic cord, synthetic polyester type cord, and I did get some from Cherry Tree Beads. Before that, I had a bunch of cord from the Knotty .com, and that is through Sandra Younger, and that cord was really awesome as well. I just love this cord because you can heat it and then turn it into plastic. And I will tell you that when I've made some mistakes, either in a macrame knot or just tying a pendant, it is very, very difficult to get off. You have to take and you have to cut it off. So let's see if I can start from, I'm looking for the ends that look like they're the smallest. And the cord length is, I have two 18 inch pieces. And then if I have to cut that down, that's okay, but 18 and 18 is 36. I'm going to put a macrame slide knot on this, so we may have to trim some down. So let's start with that top rock. See if I can get two of them through there. And I can. And the next one. I'm gonna have some trouble here. Let's see. Sometimes you have to take and pull it tight so you make, enough room for that second one to get through. Little trick. Take and try to cut it on a little bit of an angle. Heat it and pull it. See if you can get, sometimes you can get even like a little bit of a strand to come up to help you get that through. Let's see if I can try this again. Okay. All right, let's get that third one on. And then the last one, our biggest rock. Oh, you see what I mean about them hands? Let's put that baby in there and then let's grab it and pull it back out. All right, we got them all on there now. There they all are. 4 little rocks on your Zen pile. And I have to decide what I want to do here at the bottom. I want to just take and, let's make this just simple. We'll just line them up, line the cords up. Let's just make a simple knot, and I'm going to leave a little bit on the end, and I'll show you how to cut those ends that we took the lighter to and made them kind of plastic and stiff. Cut them off and then just fluff them ends up. So I'm just going to take both of them and just make a knot. Simple old plain old knot. Tighten it. Pull your rocks down at the bottom and pull. Tighten it. All right. Pretty easy. Got them all on there now. All right, let's take the bottom and I'm just gonna fringe it so it looks a little bit fluffy. So I'm gonna cut it probably right about there. And then you can just take and kind of fluff them ends up, and over time they'll get a little bit bigger and fluffier. Or you can make it real quick and just keep at it. Do it yourself. So you almost got like a little, almost looks like a little tassel down there. All right. I'm going to want these rocks to stay pretty much tight down there. So I'm going to show you how to do this special knot. And it will, because if you just knot it, it looks a little bit messy, and then your strands don't separate very good. So we're going to do a special kind of knot on this. Well, I'm going to talk about this board that I'm using. It is fantastic. I did purchase it from the knotty-do-it-all.com. Sandra Younger is the creator and inventor of this board, and I paid $100 for basically a kit, and it came with a couple videos, and I really love it because it does have measuring on each side and configurations with little holes where you can put alligator clips that are on a little rod, or these little rods in different areas to do different things when you're cord wrapping. So this is why I like the board. I would imagine you probably could make one, but I purchased this as a splurge to myself for a birthday present one year. There we have our little pile of rocks, and what I want to try to do is make this knot at the top pretty tight so it holds the rocks in place. So I'm going to do this special knot. I'm going to clip it there. And you are going to need one of these needles that you can find in any sewing section, like at Walmart or Myers or a craft store, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, any of them. They're in the sewing section because they are used for knitting and crocheting, and they're just made out of plastic, and they work great for cording. So I'm going to take the top cord, and I can even lay it in there, and I'm going to wrap it around. I'm trying to show you guys this and with my fumble fingers here. 1, 2, 3. And then hold it so you can see I've got it wrapped around 3 times. Then I'm going to take that cord and put it through the needle, and then go ahead and pull it through. And kind of work it before you pull it tight down, and on clip. Still got to work it down a little ways. I still want that work down a little bit tighter, so pull it down. It's pretty much on top at that point. Pretty much on top. And you can just pull it tight at that point. Separate it, pull it down, pull it tight. And there you have your little pile of rocks, and they should stay pretty much in line with that type of knot that's at the top of it. So let's pull the cord and see where we're off, because we did some wrapping, and usually when you make a knot you need about 1 inch to 2 inches if you were making a design where you could offset the cord. But let's even them up, and now I'm going to measure this. Since this board I have is great, I've got 14 and a half, so 14, 28, 29 inches. So this necklace can go from choker to 29 inches. I'm going to put a macrame slide knot, so you're going to take and you're going to cross that, and let's get the little pegs back in here. See if I can slide that over just a bit so you can see it better. Here we go. And you've got them crossed onto each other, and try to get them in your alligator clips. So they're kind of, next to each other. And I happen to have a very small 1.5 brown synthetic polyester cord that I'm going to use for this macrame slide. And this slide, this type of cording, when you use both of them together, it just works really, really great. Now, I'll measure to let you know about how much cord I use to do a macrame. I'm going to say about 16 inches. So cut yourself about 16 inches of a smaller cord that you're going to put on there. I have done macrame cords on cotton, but if I'm using cotton, what I like to do is wax that cotton so it goes a little bit easier. Get your cord in half. You're going to go ahead and put it, grab it with your finger, and make sure your sides are even. Now, macrame slide knot. There's a little rhythm to this. Top, over the top, up through the bottom is your first knot. Sorry about that. It's your first knot. Make sure them cords are pretty even still. Now we got to reverse that. We went TTB, or meaning top, top, bottom. We stopped at the bottom. So now we got to go bottom, bottom, top. Now we've got to go top, top, up through the bottom. Kind of, tighten it down, but not, too tight. You have to kind of hang on to it for a while. So let's say you get mixed up and you had to walk away. How do you tell where you left off? Well, just push a little bit, and you can see that last one going through the bottom right there. So you know you stopped at the bottom. So bottom, bottom, top, 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 bottom, 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 top. Gotta twirl this way, kind of hanging on to that knot. Okay, we top, 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 bottom. Make it easier. I just go TTB. So we stopped at the bottom. So B, B, T, 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 B, 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 T, 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 B. Now you can kind of let go of it and slide it down a little bit. End it at the bottom, start at the bottom. Bottom, bottom. Now that one's getting a little bit wonky on me. Alright, bottom, bottom, top. T, T, B. Again, tighten and then pull that next one in and tighten a little bit. And B, T. Oh. See, that's why you want to give yourself enough, because when you start running short on one side, for me anyway, then it starts to get a little bit more difficult for me to get my fingers to function the correct way. Let's see how long we got. That looks pretty good. Now here's comes the magic that I like with this cord. Fluff it up a little bit. Got that little nub there. Heat it until it makes a little bead. Wait for it just a little bit, and then tamp it down in, because you don't want to burn your finger. You can turn it enough to get the other side. Snip it, torch it. There's that little plastic bead. Wait, and tap it in. Now you got your slide knot. And what you choose to do with these ends, because you got to get something on these ends, and I think with what we got, what I'm going to do is kind of going with that natural. I'm just going to use 2 little wooden type beads to go on the ends. Give it a tie. I probably will leave a little bit. Pull it down. Now this next knot, you got to be a little careful with, because you want it to hold. You want it to go tight against that bead. So just go slow and push it right close to it. Take your time. And then you can ruffle that up like you did on the bottom. You have trouble with your cord? Try to cut it, the end off on an angle. Light it a little bit. Oh, there, now I sometimes you get like a little longer bit that you can use to help you to get it through some beads when you're using them. Yay! We got it! Alright, tie this end off. Oh, I know I got a bit longer of a frill on that one, so I need to pull it down a little bit more. Probably about there. And you can always cut them afterwards. Pull that bead down, pull it against that tight. And now you're going to make another knot. Take your time and try to push it down towards the bead. Alright, we got it on, so it's not going to come off. There's our little ends. We want to make this even. And that's probably about right. Yeah, and there you have it. Your lovely Zen pile of rocks with the macrame slide knot, which they work just fantastic. Got enough to pull the ends to take it down to a choker size. We'll take it back out. Let's see what we ended up with for length. 24. After starting with all that wire, we ended up, it's 24. 24 inches will still go over the top of somebody's head. So 24 is a good size. So choker to 24 inches. Well, that is it for this week's tutorial. We'll see what I can get into for next week.